Good morning and happy Tuesday. So just like yesterday, we are going to continue talking about geometry. Today we're going to review triangles and how we classify those. So for your agenda today, you have to watch the mini lesson video and you have to do the triangle sort activity. So we're going to take a few notes like we did yesterday, and then I'm going to show you your activity for the day, kind of go over a few things, and then you'll be on your own. Okay? Alright, so to start, yesterday we started talking about polygons, right? And we started talking about how we can classify polygons by the number of sides they have. Okay? Yesterday we talked about the subset of polygons we talked about was quadrilaterals. And remember yesterday we talked about quadrilaterals have 4 sides, so that's how they're classified. Okay? Today we're going to start talking about a different subset of polygons. We're going to talk about triangles. Okay, now to refresh your memory, just so we remember what a polygon is. Remember, a polygon is a 2D shape. It has to have 3 or more sides. Okay, so it's pretty much everything but a circle. Remember, it has to be a closed shape, so it can't be open. And the lines are always straight. Okay. Alright, so talking about triangles. With triangles, we can talk about 2 different subsets. Okay? Now, before we start that, remember our prefix tri tells us how many sides a triangle has to have. So everything we talk about with triangles are all going to have 3 sides. Okay? So our different subsets that we talk about for triangles are, we can classify them by sides or by angles. Okay? So our first triangle we're going to talk about on the sides is called an equilateral triangle. So an equilateral triangle has all equal sides, okay? And my triangle is not the best triangle, but they're all equal sides, okay? And if you need to, you can Google search triangles, equilateral triangles, and it will give you a perfect picture, unlike Ms. McAdams' picture, okay? So that's our first triangle we can talk about, is equilateral triangles, meaning that all the sides of the triangle are equal, okay? My second triangle I can talk about classifying by sides is called an isosceles triangle. And if I spell isosceles wrong, I'm so sorry, I tried. I look at it like 7 times and it does not look correct. Okay, so an isosceles triangle has 2 equal sides. So these 2 sides right here, they're equal. Whereas this one is much shorter. Okay? So there's my second triangle classified by sides. And my final triangle classified by sides is called a scalene triangle. Now, a scalene triangle has... Sorry, that's not a very good triangle, but we're going to make it work. Alright, so a scalene triangle has 0 equal sides. So none of the sides are the same. Okay? So when we talk about triangles, we can classify them by sides. So the next one we can talk about, our classification or our subset, is angles. Okay? So our first one we're going to talk about is what we like to call an obtuse triangle. So an obtuse triangle has angles that are more than 90 degrees. So if you remember back to your angles that you talked about in 4th grade, an obtuse triangle has obtuse angles. Okay? Alright, so our second triangle we can talk about when talking about angles is an acute triangle. And an acute triangle has less than 90-degree angles. So again, if you think back to your angles that you talked about in 4th grade, an acute triangle is made up of acute angles. Okay? And the last triangle we're going to talk about is a right triangle. Okay? Alright, so a right triangle has exactly 90 degrees. Okay, so those are 6 different types of triangles. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our assignment for the day, kind of go over some things, and then you'll be good to go. Okay? Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch a video, just like you did yesterday, and then you're going to answer questions from the video. Okay? And then you're just going to type your answer right here where it says A, then it says type your answer here. That's where you're going to type your answer. Okay? Slide 2 says, drag the pictures to the correct angle classification. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at these pictures and you're going to bring them down, whether they're a right angle, an acute angle, an obtuse angle. Okay? So if you need to, you can totally zoom in to look a little closer. So when I look at this one, okay, it looks to me like this one is an obtuse angle. Okay, because it has one angle that's more than 90 degrees. Okay, when I look at this one, I notice that it tells me right here there's a 90-degree angle right there. So that means this one would have to be a right angle, a right triangle. Okay, and then it looks like this one is a perfect example of an acute angle because all the angles are less than 90 degrees. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to do the rest of these and you're going to put them where they go. Okay, either right, acute, or obtuse. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, alright, so I know the first time we did our first week of virtual learning, we all had some problems with the picture, taking a picture of your work and submitting it. So this time, I'm giving you an option. Okay, so if you want, you can draw a scalene triangle and upload it. If you figured that out that week and you're good to go with that, you can find one in your house, take a picture of it, and upload it if you're good with that. Or you can look on the internet for a scalene triangle. So I'm going to show you how to do that in case you are wondering. So over here where it says insert image and it says search for the web. So I can go over here and I can type in, technical difficulties. So I'm looking for a scalene triangle. And I'm going to pick in real life. Okay, so here's a flag. Okay, I'm going to insert it. Now it's going to be really big, so I'm going to have to like scooch it down and then move it over. Okay, and then if you wanted to, you could give multiple examples if that's what you want. Okay, there's another example of a scalene triangle, so I could put it right there. Okay, and again, have to zoom down and do the same thing. Okay. Okay, you're going to do the same thing for the next slide. If you notice it says draw an equilateral triangle, again, you can draw one, upload the picture, put it in there. You can find one in your house, upload the picture, put it in there, or you can just you can click on this tab right here, click search the web, and search for one. Okay? Same thing here, but this time you're looking for an isosceles triangle. Then you have a quick question to answer, and then you're done. When you finish, you can turn it in. If you are done with your assignment for the day, you can get on Education Galaxy, Prodigy. If you didn't do your math research project yesterday, you can work on that. Okay? I will be on Zoom if you need me. If you have questions, Dojo me, Google Classroom, private comment me, or get on Zoom, and I can see what I can do. Okay? Y'all have a good day.